Hi, Liz Kohler here from Surgent CPA Review. Today I thought I'd give you some helpful tips on how to ace the simulations on the CPA exam. Now, all 4 sections contain CPA exam simulations. The audit section contains 8, bar contains 8, reg contains 8, BEC contains 4 task-based sims and 3 written communication. So you can see there are a lot of sims you have to tackle on the CPA exam. They're also worth 50% of your overall score on FAR, audit, and reg, and 35% on BEC. So seeing they're so important, what are some things you need to know? Tip number 1, I'm going to ask you to practice the simulations while you're studying for the exam. Most students tend to want to do a lot of multiple choice questions. Why? Because in one study session, you can knock off 60 multiple choice questions and feel like you've done a lot of work. In that same amount of time, you may be only able to complete 2 practice simulations. You don't feel like you've accomplished as much. So I hear from a lot of candidates that they tend to blow off the sims. They don't study them as much as they should, and that is a major mistake. You have to practice all the different types of formats of simulations that you could encounter on the test. There are task-based simulations, document review simulations, research simulations, and as I mentioned in BEC, written communication questions. You have to be ready for all these different types of formats, so one way to do that is to practice, practice, practice. The second tip I want to give you is budget your time properly. You would need to look at the sims in each of the testlets, determine the type of sim it is, and then determine what is the best budgeted time you should spend on that particular question. Typically, we see simulations ranging from as few as 7 to 10 minutes, for example, on a research sim, 10 to 15 minutes on a written communication question, and as long as 15 to 30 minutes on some of the task-based simulations. So when you open up your sims, you need to look at the type of sim it is and say, I'm going to spend 15 minutes on that and no longer. If you end up spending too much time on one simulation on the exam, you might not be able to finish the entire exam. Now, with the new format they rolled out in 2017, they changed the way candidates can view the simulations. In the past, you got to see all of them at one time. Now you only get to see 2 in the 3rd test limited exam for FAR, audit, and reg, and then 3 in the 4th, and then 3 in the 5th. So you have no idea what's coming down the pike. There's one simulation I want to warn you about. It's called the Enhanced Task-Based Simulation. And I use those phrases. The AICPA just calls it a task-based simulation. This sim can take you 30 to 40 minutes to solve. So if you don't see it in your first simulation testlet, you don't see it in your second simulation testlet, it's going to be waiting for you in the last simulation test. And you want to make sure you have enough time in your budget to be able to adequately spend 30 to 40 minutes on that question. If you'd like more information on how to solve sims, if you have questions on the multiple choice questions as well, please visit us at surgentcpareview.com. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Good luck studying.